Do you want to not die off spawn and actually get some kills in DYNABALL? Well then, this video is just for you. So, tip number 1. You know when sometimes you just suddenly levitate after you get exploded by a TNT? Well, this is because you were standing near this block that I'll show on screen right now. And whenever TNT explodes near it, you will levitate. Tip number 2. The chicken airstrike. This is the item when you right click it, a chicken will appear and leave a trail of TNT behind. Well, I don't know about you, but I always thought that you should always use this item at the front of your island so that the TNT goes the farthest. And I was actually gonna make this tip that you should always use the chicken airstrike at the front of your island until I realized that it doesn't actually matter. Only if you shoot it from the left or the right matters, because the chicken will spawn in between your and the opposite team's island. So it doesn't matter if you stand here and use it here, or if you stand here and use it here. Tip number 3. This I find really useful to know. This is that if you ever try to shoot through your team's person, then you might see that your TNT disappears. So that's why you should never try to aim even close to any of your blocks or your players. Tip number 4. This is very helpful for getting kills. You know how whenever you hit a person, then you'll hear like a ding that sounds like when you shot someone with a bow? This means that your TNT will explode 3 times, and this is useful for getting kills on people who are down low, because if you can get 3 TNT to explode, they are most likely going to fall into the void. And this leads us to our 5th tip, which is to try to always stay high, because if you get exploded when you are high up, this still leaves you some time for using a levitation or being able to clutch onto some blocks. Tip number 6. This I had no idea until like 2 days ago, and it is if you shoot TNT at the other team's TNT crate, then the TNT crate will turn into TNT, and you can cause some extra damage at the start and take away a TNT from the other team, which is very useful. Also, if you shoot a TNT at a lucky crate or a green crate, the one with a question mark, then it will still leave the item, but it will make it go out of the crate, and if the crate was near the void, it might go into the void. Tip number 7 is to try to always start at F5 at the beginning of the game, because this will allow you to get way more crates, and this is very important at the beginning of the game. Tip number 8. Have you ever found how annoying it is that you can only get one special item, and especially only one levitation? But you can bypass this by dropping your levitation to the ground and then opening the crate. Then there's a chance of you getting a levitation in that crate, and you might be able to get two levitations. But watch out, because your teammate might pick up your first levitation. Another quick tip is that on this map that I'll show on screen right now, there's a small chance that you will die off spawn if you walk in a certain place that I forgot already. Tip 11 is very useful for getting way more crates, and it is to turn on hitboxes, and this will allow you to see where a clear date will land. You can also look at the shadows, and I'll show what I mean on screen. Tip number 12, and it is to always try to shoot spawners low, but watch out not to shoot them into the void, because then you'll waste the spawner. But you should shoot spawners low, because imagine a pillar, and even if you shoot the pillar on the block before the first one to the top, mobs will spawn. But also if you shoot the 10th to the top block, then mobs will spawn as well, and it makes it way harder for the other team to break the spawner if it is lower. If you enjoyed this video, I would highly recommend watching this video on screen right now. Thank you for watching, and bye!